gonna be played by Hades, and I am so happy to see Julian being played in Game 3 of this upper bracket finals. Julian is just, especially the recent buffs, has been outputting so much damage, and this is a hero that Hades can pilot really, really well as well.
It's a moment of just waiting for that to happen. I can't particularly say when it's gonna happen, but we've got it earlier than I expected. I was thinking probably like the grand finals match, he would just pull out the Julian because he haven't really quite shown that quite yet. But regardless, I do like the overall lineup coming from the side of NIP Flash. They do have quite a lot of things that they have filled out. They do have the burst properties coming in from Julian. They do have the team fight potential coming in from Claude, Minotaur, Valentina, Julian, Lapu Lapu. In fact, the entire team can play exactly in that way.
Yeah, for sure. So as we are going into Game 3, potentially SG's final match of today. This is the upper bracket finals, Game 3, NIP Flash versus SG. Lads, I'm going to steal this question from Holler. Who has the easier lineup to play this time?
To be honest, I really like NIP Flash, just because they have the damage. Yeah, you have a ton of sustain from RSG, but if you could just burst them down, it doesn't really matter, right? I think target prioritization is going to be key, but as I say this, Curtizi flickers back, he's going to get back to safety, he's going to be fine.
It's all about lane priorities here for the side of RSG. And that is one thing that I like because they will be able to help the Roger.
He is going to be chased, but the question is, do they secure it? They do! Godzilla with the first blood does not let Curtizi out easily. And I was going to ask, earlier during the pick and ban phase, if we were going to see the Megumi skin coming out from Julian. We do actually see that from the side of Hades. So I'm glad to see some of those special effects happen in game. So early right now, we see Julian, we see Hades try to gank top, try to gank closer at this point in time. Nothing too much is happening. It's pretty much in a stalemate. Curtizi being pushed away from mid, and we actually see Dairy babysitting.
Hades going for the gank in the top lane. Oh, okay.
It's an Esmeralda, man. I mean, she's gonna be fine.
Still, Hades committing. It's one thing to go for it, but you're pushing it back. You're creating space for Diablo, right? The turtle's gonna be up. As I say this, the Faraga armor, keeping him alive. It's gonna be bursted there, but Lousy and Kurtz easy for the half-life.
Yeah, that's a lot of early game damage coming out from the last Insanity from Bray. Bray not having the Faraga armor for the turtle fight may be a problem, but I reckon he's going to be able to recover that before the turtle is spawned. And as we do see it, the Faraga armor is back for Bray.
So at this point in time, 2 minutes into the game with the turtle currently available, RSG with the lane priority from everywhere else. Oh wait, hold a second, middle lane.
Yeah, Curtizi's back off. I mean, Godzilla just kind of, he can threaten, but I don't think it's more of like a zoning thing more than anything else. And Bray will take that free turtle, they'll take that happily.
Yeah, so that is all about lane priority, right? Once again, they can just keep pushing the goal away.
He's being chased. They want to go for this one.
And
the
like,
it fills up, but not enough. And Lalzi hides in the bushes. Oh, the knockup. Hades gonna make Bray pay? Okay, yeah, he's not gonna commit for this.
Oh, that feels so bad, living with just a pixel of his HP. Lalzi manages to get away from the attack from Bray.
Oh, but Godzilla, he's gonna be fine. Okay.
Remember, Godzilla's one beefy boy. He's gonna be fine.
It's one of those things where I saw Godzilla in person. He lost a lot of weight. I didn't think he was as beefy as he once was. I'm just saying.
Well, but the Tarantula on the other hand is beefy.
Yeah. Oh, we're talking about
talking about again. Yeah.
For sure.
That being said, right, I think the turtle fight was really well timed. We actually noticed that SG for the first 2 games were always, I think, the first one to the first turtle, but they lost every single time. So this is finally the first time that they managed to secure the first turtle. Good call, I think, for the rest of the team this time around to actually push out all the lanes before going to the turtle. That's the key difference, right? Curtizi was not allowed close to the turtle, so he was not. They were not able to kind of push off SG or contest for that first turtle.
Oh, the penalty zone is going to be committed. Diablo taking a lot of damage here. He's got the shields, though. He's going to back off. He's being chased. Is he able to stay alive? Somehow still is. No, he does fall. Bray will take credit for that. Curtizi now on the run. He's been cut off. No really way to get out of this one. And Hades still up from him. Curtizi down for the count. And now they've got the stakes. They're trying to pull in. They're going to dive for the tower, but Hades sticking around. Derry taking the tower. Hades will survive.
I'm kind of surprised that Hades has been using the enhanced scythe for throughout the entire duration. I haven't really enhanced chain. It's always the enhanced chain. We haven't really quite seen the point in time where he's just going for the enhanced scythe to do that burst damage that we have always seen before. So perhaps, you know, maybe it will take some time before that would actually happen. Maybe once he gets himself maybe the Stadium Scythe or something along those lines. But it's gonna take some time, definitely.
But the Circling Eagle does connect Lalzi and Hades on that side. The stomp in return. Cortese getting a little bit low. Does need to be careful. They do have Lalzi. He gets the stomp, the flicker back. He's fine for now, but CS taking a lot of damage, and Cortese will take credit for this one. Godzilla still fighting with Diablo. They do have that, and NIP Flash are forcing the T1 mid, but the stomp from Godzilla, the penalty zone is going to be committed. Everybody is so low, and finally Lalzi does go down. Hades going to be next on that list. Hades is killed, and that's going to be a double kill.
Holy crap, Godzilla's cracked!
No, I was gonna say Davies cracked. He's been so instrumental in all these fights.
Oh, Cortese, the flicker back. He's being chased, though, and Bray's like, not this time, my friend. He takes him down. Bray's going to invade the enemy jungle.
I think that this game is very micro-intensive for RSG. In fact, I'm mostly looking at Godzilla. You have mostly been looking at Dairy. The both of them is really just putting themselves quite a really good game. And this is quite a testament to what Hollis said before. Once RSG have got a good game, Dairy just pops off.
Yep, Davey is essential to RSG SG having a good game, and we see it finally with him on the Matilda. He has been instrumental so far, being able to pull back or pull his teammates towards the fight. Yes, Godzilla has finally been letting good penalties though.
He's being focused with the outplay. He does get Bray. The frog armor's nothing, and Hades will go slice you down. And they've gotten for Godzilla. They're trying to go. Lalzi gets knocked up. It returned by Godzilla. He does have the penalty zone, but they did get Lalzi, so they did get something in return. RSG now, they do have a bit of an opening as they're looking to push this bottom T1.
Finally, we see action happen. We see signs of
duet.
fight.
Phoenix, Godzilla taking most of this one. He images back.
Yeah, there was no way he was going to take that fight
squeeze a
safely.
recall in between before he PMIs back.
Yeah, there was no way Vanix had any business to try to do anything there, man. I mean, it was a 3v1 situation.
I at this point in time, I really like what Godzilla is doing.
Oh, Hades.
So far.
Oh, the chain onto Derry. He takes so much damage. Derry's just like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I mean, look, that is the power of Julian right now, lads. Julian looking really strong as you see another skirmish happening in the mid. Or not. Or not.
I mean, RSG, this is the thing. They have beefy, tanky boys, right? They want to fight. They don't really have a whole lot of damage, so it's one of those things where if they can get that pick off, they're going to have a great time. But RSG having a much better game. This is 7-3. They're up 2K in terms of the lead. And this is exactly where they want to be. They want to be in the driver's seat going into the mid game.
Yeah, RSG looking much more in the driver's seat with 2.3k gold. That's about a whole item up. And we see Diablo perhaps going to be ganked by CS and Dairy, but CS not being able to get through the turret initially calls this a failed gank and decides to move up towards the turtle.
Oh, Bray taking a lot of this one. Godzilla going in for the penalty zone. Connects onto 2, though. The frog of armor. And they have a knock-up again onto Godzilla. Cortese gets back. And now it looks like RSG have committed for this turtle. They're going to take the third one of the game.
Very, very good call by the side of RSG. At first it was, I think, a 4v3 and then became a 5v4. So RSG finally looking like they're playing as a team at this point. Manages to secure 3 turtles, 3k gold lead up.
Okay, all right. Now I'm starting to get worried, right? Normally, when it comes to predictions, I'm right like 67% of the time, right?
That's
which is like all the time, let's be honest. But this one, I predicted a 3-0 and RSG really coming back. This has got me worried.
Well, look, all I can say is I called it. I mean, look, the game's not over yet, right?
Yeah, it's not over, but it's not looking good. But it looks like they want to go for this one. Diablo about half-life. Cortese gets back. Hades is getting a little bit low and too far in, and Bray will take him down. Lalzi's down as well, and CS gets that first kill.
I think RSG has been starting to be a lot more decisive with their movements. When they call for something, they are going for something together. They're working as a unit. And at this point in time, with all of that is given, we have a total of 4,400 gold that is in favor for RSG. NIP Flash is definitely suffering just a tad little bit. In the meantime, take a look at the amount of damage that Godzilla is able to, or rather has already inflicted over to the enemies. 44,000 damage, and understandable, he's been doing a very crucial job in the middle lane, constantly just pushing Katisi away. Remember how we talked about the fact that Katisi was quite literally the pivot of Team NIP Flash for the first 2 games with the Vasa? Yeah, so it kind of feels that way now.
Oh, Diablo getting dove on here. Derry taking a lot of damage. The Howl, they're doing a lot of damage. The shields one last time. Diablo does go down. CS just with too much damage at this stage of the game.
Remember what I said earlier? It's about how you funnel gold into CS. As another fight breaks out.
Halsey flickers back. He's gonna be fine. Sorry, continue.
The fight was more important, but as I was saying, it's all about how they can funnel gold into CS. CS is going to be the main carry of this game. Yes, Godzilla is putting the work, but we're seeing CS finally starting to pop up. 2, 1, and 2, 10 minutes in the game. Not as many kills as you would like, but he has already built up, I believe, 2 of his core items. He is going 3 of his core items. He's going in for that executioner style build, which works perfectly in this lineup, right? This is not the Holy Trinity build. This is not about shredding tanks. This is about cleaning up. And he's able to do that with the Turizla in his team, with the X-Borg in his team as well.
This seems to be kind of like RSG has gone in. They put weights, body weights on, and they're just going into the gym. Like they're going out at it, right? But now they've taken that off, so to speak, in the sense that they didn't ban the Roger, and they picked up the Roger themselves. But let me continue on that with a nice circling eagle. Hades taking a lot of damage. He's going to be bursted. CS will get credit for this one. Godzilla, he's going to be back for life number 2. Diablo continue to stand up front, but he's taking a lot of damage. Closer has now joined the fray. They do have the stakes. They pull back Curtizi. Derry going in for this one. But he's going to be killed, and Vanix will get credit. Curtizi and Vanix do need to be careful, but they have a what? 2 for 1 trade.
2 for 1 trade, and the Lord is knocking on NIP Flash's door. Lord, this is the first Lord, by the way. Manages to get down to tier 3 turret, a tier 2 turret as well. By the way, they're going for the last tier 2 turret, standing on the side of NIP Flash. But are they asking for too much? Are they going for too much? The answer
closer.
is maybe.
Oh, he goes right back in with a falling star moon. Curtizi, he gets rid of the Firaga armor as it bursts, but now CS and Godzilla need to run back. Closer needs to be careful, but they've kind of stayed it away, all just to take the Fenrir.
Worth it. Honestly speaking, I mean, look, you brought Curtizi. Yes, you weren't able to get the kill from Curtizi, but this is the second time he's spawned back, gone out, gone back to base, and then got back out, and then got back into base. I mean, man is not able to leave the base at this point, you know. The base is his home, and he's not leaving from the safe corner.
This game is super smooth for RSG thus far. Like, that push in from the middle lane, plus the Lord just pushing into the top lane as well, is very, what's the word? Is
aggressive.
Yes.
I was going to say stupid, but okay, aggressive works.
Very aggressive. And it worked out. So I'm kind of surprised that the Lord didn't just die right by the inhibitor turret, but it destroyed the entirety of the inhibitor turret and even made its way over to the crystal. It just shows how RSG is number 1 tanky, and number 2 they had a great setup. So huge shout out over to Dairy with that 3-man knockup with the circling eagle. That was very well placed, well made, together with the guiding wind that allowed RSG to just jump straight into the midst of the battle.
And what can I say, right? Dairy is the man, the centerpiece of RSG SG for this game. In my opinion, you may argue Godzilla. I think honestly it goes both ways. Both of them finally pulling their weight so far. But I have a question, guys. As you see a fight happening top, maybe, nope, Closer just walking that off. No, so my question to you guys, right, is NIP Flash just taking it easy on them this game?
No, no. Remember previous game I said that they should pay more attention to crowd control and perhaps get a purifier or 2. Now they have respected that. They've got 3 purifiers on their side, and to be fair, is not because of, you know, they have learned something, but it's also based on the fact that there is a Minotaur on the opposite side. So once they are able to purify themselves out of those that hellhole, then they should be able to found a perfect comeback against NIP Flash.
Yeah, well, it's definitely. Look, this is a 9K gold lead right now, and honestly, this is probably one of the biggest gold leads that we've seen from this series as of now. Except this time around, it's RSG SG in the driver's seat. They have a Lord shoving in the top lane, and we see all minion waves pushing in. Closer just, sorry, Godzilla just clearing up that middle lane wave, and it's going to be a three-way push coming out from the side of RSG SG.
Oh, Circling Eagle connects onto Diablo. He's going to back in, but the Lord is in the top lane. So again, you talk about pressure, it's in all three lanes. Closer doing a lot. Bray, that is, he's going to back off, taking a decent amount of damage, but that T3 still alive in the mid lane. They do need to focus with that, but they don't really have the minions to deal with it. Cortese, Lousy, Vanix all up in front trying to go in. Godzilla with a nice penalty zone onto Lousy, but CS does end up getting it. They knock up again onto Godzilla. That's going to be the Faraga armor. Bray taking a lot of damage. He's going to get bursted by the stolen one. Cortese will take credit. Godzilla might go down to Diablo in the end, but still up. CS though getting low. Hades trying to do it, but in the outplay. Closer does get the kill on this one. They've got Cortese as well. The Circling Eagles now going to be committed. They got onto Diablo. They got Lousy. They got Vanix running into the hills. And it looks like they've got it, but they don't have minions. Minions are now going to come in, and they'll just slowly parade themselves in as it looks like Game 3 is going to go the way of
I
RSG.
was right, boys.
What?
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut sometimes.
What a roller coaster of emotions during the final minute of the game. It was a very solid back and forth